yet.
I'm glad I told you about the off season. Thank God. Oh, you do want one. Dude, I got a great shot of that one.
I thought you said first 7 points.
Sorry, I'll cut that from the footage.
I'm gonna put it like that. Go.
Yeah, that's pretty good on PC. Let me see. I mean, the court's pretty flat across.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. Working with this new corporate partner in California. It's very odd. We represent 10, I think 10 biggest banks in America that somehow own this data services company. And we have like this big private equity buyer who's trying to acquire it from them. But I've never worked on a deal where we have like 10 different sellers. They all own 10%. So there's no like majority guy to like tell everybody else get in line.
Yeah, I track the ball.
Everybody matters the same, and everybody's sophisticated enough that they have, pretty good lawyers that have a lot of different opinions on a lot of different things. So it's like hurting the most uncooperative taxes. And we are doing tax for them. And for the first, for like the first 3-4 weeks we're negotiating the deal, our corporate counsel who runs the whole thing, their clients, whatever, they're just like, just negotiate the deal, average terms, we'll bring you in with the shareholders when we think it's time for it. That was this week. So we have had calls with 10 separate banks on the same deal, and there's enough like business, commercial issues that everybody is fighting over to throw like 4 tax things on top. But whatever. We whittle down to 4, we get down to this final big point that we have like 2 shareholders that really care about. The other 10, I feel like they either don't understand it or their tax counsel doesn't care, or, but 2 that are like, we need this. So, this corporate guy, the new guy was like pretty impressed with him all week, the way he's separating managing all these people. And he's like, okay, we're going to get on a call with the other people's tax and their business people, and we're going to work it out. We're going to push for this, what's called push out license, what we do. They have great arguments. I mean, they have solid arguments of why it shouldn't be in. We have solid arguments for why it should be in. And really, it's not coming down to this one point. There's 10 other points we're negotiating. It's got to be part of the package, right? Like, if we give on this, you give us this. Except we don't know as a tax people what the stuff we're getting back is. But, we assume, like, okay, if you agree to give this up, then you should get something. So we get on the call, and we're supposed to be like fighting to the other side why we want it, and I'm kind of leading the charge. And then my corporate partner, who, like I said, don't know very well, brand new, just working on this one deal, is like,
oh,
You like that one?
I did. I did like that one.
hell yeah.
My lazy, huh?
That's, well, you did very perfectly, and it's Jordan's right hand too. So I started arguing.
Yeah.
And then my corporate counsel was just like, why are we even arguing about this? Like, basically making their argument for them. I was like, that was not the strategy. coming into this. I thought we were going to push for this. You know, so he's just making their points. And again, he's the big wig on the deal, right? $10 million a year type guy, whatever. So about a minute and a half into arguing with him, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, this is our own side. He is clearly giving up a point. And you know what? He is managing the whole deal. So I'm just like, okay, fine. And he's like, all right, you need to go, and he says to me, you need to go back to JP Morgan, or whatever. You need to go back to them, and you need to tell them that, you know, they're letting this issue get in the way of an $860 million. And I said, understood. So I tell the tax guys, and I talk to them, I'm just like, listen, I'll, you know, I agree with you on the issue. Like, I think there are different ways to look at it. And it's not like a law, right? It's not like, well, the law says this. It's like, no, there's a, you know, you can make an argument for who should bear the cost of this thing. And I said, I have been told that there's immense, thank you. I was like, I've been told that there's immense corporate pressure on the deal to give on this point. And that, you know, the higher ups, most places, that everybody's comfortable with.
Yes.
Yeah.
I talked to tax guys and they're like, yeah, we know how it is. Like, yeah. All we can do is bring up the issue. And like, yeah, that's all we can do and whatnot. And then, so I just tell the guys, like, listen, I've talked to everybody. I talked to tax guys. They're not clear to say, like, we're okay with this. But everybody's like, I understand. I got to go back to my business, do what I understand. Yesterday, because all the tax issues were cleared up and they kept us off this big call with all the 10 banks. And the main guy said, yep, and all the banks have agreed that, you know, we're done with the push out of that. And then the tax council, after the call, copies me, our corporate guys, just like, we noticed you and Lucas, my tax partner, weren't on the call, and they said that everybody has affirmatively agreed that we're dropping this point. That is just blatantly not true. Like, people have not. We haven't gone to every single 10 shareholders that you drop this point. Most of them are just not making them. You know, they're just like, it's like, man, speak now or forever hold your peace. So I responded, I was just like, what I could say is that as of yesterday, you two were the only two that were bringing it up at this point. And then they kept asking, but if other people affirmatively said no, I'm trying to do these court people all the time. I was like, you do this.
Yeah.
You gave the fucking thing out. Like, not me. And believe me, I understand why you did, but like, you guys get on the phone, and you're the ones who are supposed to be selling that, listen, we're giving this up because we're getting a $5 million settlement here, and this, and that, like, and they're just sitting there like, oh, can you help? Like, just, I agree with them. I agree with them in substance, but like, you're negotiating 100 things. You're not going to win all 100. You need to convince these people that losing this, I don't know what the other terms of the deal are. You need to convince them that they're getting a lot more someplace else. And they're just like, keep looking at me. I was just like, I'm done. I'm done with them. Like, I'm done with. I even after I called the mortgage guy yesterday and yelled at him for 15 minutes, and I've been mad at people before. I don't think I've ever yelled at somebody with that level of intense.
You're gonna break someday, Rob.
We're gonna break some people. You know?
This job is fully gonna break you.
Thanks, sir.
We've had conversation, well, not for the first time. Me and one of my buddies at work, for years we've been saying, like, our department's so thinly staffed and they refuse to do it. Like, it's like they're waiting for Armageddon before they do something, but not realizing that when Armageddon does come, it will be too late. They won't be able to reverse it.
Most companies draft.
That's true.
Everybody just avoids work until they absolutely have to do
And
work.
we've been, I mean, for 2.5 years we've said, like, oh my god, like, eventually, you know, if things get back to as bad as they were before, like, that will be it. This is the first week where I started to say, like, oh, I actually think it's like right here, right now. We are just about to get into what we've been expecting for 2.5 years, and I just need to make it to February 2nd. If I make it to February 2nd, I have freedom to leave pretty much whenever I want. That's
February 2nd?
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to consider leaving after that?
If the trend we're on right now continues,
Yeah.
it will
So you
get.
know all of this is on the record.
I know.
Yeah.
Joe, if you're listening,
Yeah.
you know, no, if it's the last month has been bad, and it looks like it's just worse.
It's not going to get better.
And February 2nd, I'm doing a nice chunk of change, and I'm this close, you know. And it's
I'll
not
be honest, I don't see it happening. What I see maybe happening is you maybe bring up to some people that think I'm going to be making moves. They give you the minimum, like, next thing up that you'd be asking for to, like, just barely keep you on.
That's the
Stay.
thing. That's the thing. I don't want. So, the money that I'm due in February is money I've worked on. Like, it's just like I've earned it. All I need to do is be around on February 2nd. It's for the work that I've done this year. So it's like I'm not walking away from it.
Is that like a bonus?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the thing. I don't want. I mean, obviously, you want to give me $100,000 to make $10,000. And I'm pretty sure if I went to my boss right now and said, listen, I see how bad things are going to get, I want $100,000 today. I'm pretty sure he would. But
God. 2 years of learning.
I want. I already make it.
Yeah.
I like.
You make enough that you could take multiple years off and just chill. And, you know,
100.
take your time.
Well, that's what I was saying to my buddy the other day. I was like, listen, we could ask for more money. That just keeps us here, kind of like. Don't get me wrong. I'm a little less miserable with $100,000. You know, I mean, the way I said. Well, this is the way I said to my boss the first time.
Yeah.
When I almost left 2 years ago, they paid me $100,000. And we had negotiated everything at the end. And I said, Joe, I think I'm pretty happy with how the deal is. But I also know the market practice on this. And he goes, yeah, we can pay you something. I said, yes. And I said, like, would I stay without it? Yeah, probably if you agree to everything, if you do everything that you said that you would do. That being said, and that would make me happy. That being said, if you're willing to throw me money too, I'm not gonna. If you want to just give me, you know, then I'm not gonna say no to that either.
Wow.
But now is more like, not that I feel bad asking you, but I feel like, listen, I'd rather not ask you for money. I'd rather you just somehow change the experience. And if you
Yeah,
can, you can. If you can't, you can't.
Yeah, I'll just say, no, like, you make enough money that no, like, additional amount of money is gonna make you drop it.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I have.
at a certain point, it's
I have stuck around long
the
enough.
money isn't gonna keep saving anything.
No, I've stuck around long enough where I have got to a point. Yeah. And
You could make that money at a different place
oh yeah.
that treats you better. A little bit better of a work environment.
I mean, the weird thing is, it's like at times they treat, I mean, in general, in terms of like how they treat me, how they do treat me like they're nice, they're appreciative, that, you know, the work is obviously very demanding, but it's not like I go to work and it's just like go do it for 14 hours.
Yeah.
But yes,
Yeah.
there are places where it would be easy. Don't let Jordan do that to you. A little shot right in front of you. I didn't.